welcome to my mess. Today's video, just like the title says, is a rundown of my current favourite products for my curly hair. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been a while since I've done a favourite products video. I didn't do one at the end of last year for some reason. I think my previous one was the end of 2021. So it's about time. We're about halfway through the year, but now's as good a time as any. It doesn't have to be an end of year thing. So last time I arranged it by product type, and I think I'm gonna do the same again because I think that worked rather than doing it by brand. I've just laid everything out here on my bed. And it's always so hard to narrow it down because there are so many good products, but I've tried to keep it mostly to the ones that I tend to just like reach for again and again, especially when I'm not filming. That's what sort of tells you what are my true favorites, are the ones I reach for, not because I like need to film content with them, but because they're my favorites and no one's gonna see except the people that see me in my day-to-day life. Like, I'm not filming a routine, but those are the ones I know are gonna give me good results. So I will tell you those specific ones as we get to them. The first category I thought we would do is actually not products, but more accessories. And one thing I've been loving recently is little scrunchies. So not the big, huge, fluffy scrunchies, but I'm finding I'm using these like small scrunchies much more. And I think this is a Lily Silk one, but that's the problem with scrunchies. I have so many and they don't have labels. But any small satin scrunchies like this, I find that they are more comfortable for me if I'm not using my buff at night. If I'm sleeping in a pineapple, I find that they're just more comfy. I don't really know why. They don't seem to tug on my hair as much. They don't give me a headache as much. So I've been reaching for this sort of scrunchie a lot. And my trusty buff, I've tried many different brands and types of specifically made for curly hair buffs. And I have to say I always end up back with my basic, I think the brand was Joe Young, but I can't even remember, on Amazon. And I'll link the ones below that are the closest to these that I can find. As you can see, they're like not hemmed. The edges are just plain. They are seamless. And that for me is the key. There's no stitching to dig into my head. They're not super long, but what I find when my hair's a bit longer is I just tuck my hair into the top. And I've had this for years and years. And it's the one, this one and that a blue one, the same, that I go back to again and again. Ooh, looks like a scarf. But I'll link them below. So cheap, less than £10, but you get 6 in a pack. So more than enough. I actually handed some out to my friends because I had too many. Just basic, but I absolutely love it. It doesn't give me a headache. It's not too tight. It's like fairly loose. And again, I think that's the key for my hair and also for lack of headaches. While we're talking nighttime, satin pillowcase. This happens to be a Curlsmith one, but I use a wide variety. So I haven't got a specific favorite pillowcase, but just I would never be without a satin pillowcase. I think I'm looking like over there instead of there, so sorry about that. The next thing is these little clips. These are little tiny claw clips, and these are from Only Curls, and they come in a pack of 5. Such pretty colours. I adore them. ASMR. They are much higher quality than any mini claw clip I have ever used in my life, and I've had loads over the years, but these are the best. And I just think they're just a little bit more sturdy. They've got a really strong clamp, and they just stay in place so well, and you can just hold quite a lot of hair with them. Just one can hold quite a lot of hair and keep it secure, and I just love them. They're so pretty as well. And the last accessory is the new brush from Bounce Curl, the Define styling brush. It's just genius, and it's got these clever sort of combs on all 3 sides of the brush. It's also a dual bristle brush, so it has bristles and then it has these long ones with the bubbles on the end. And in fact, I'll insert a clip of me using this in case you didn't see it on Instagram, because the results were amazing. Comment below if you'd like me to do a full wash day routine using this brush on YouTube. Hey guys, sorry to interrupt you with the less glamorous version of myself, but as I was right now sitting editing this video, I realized I'd forgotten one of my favorite accessories, and it's something that you probably see in almost all my videos. I use it all the time, but I don't bring enough attention to it, and I just didn't think it'd be right to put this video out without showing my perfect hair care towel. The perfect hair care. It's just my favorite, and I've got a cupboard full of different microfiber towels, and this is the one I pretty much always reach for. It's microfiber, but it's that sort of silky, shiny, thin material rather than like a fluffy microfiber towel, and it just works so well. I just absolutely adore it, and a favourite products video just wouldn't have been complete without it, so I rushed upstairs to quickly film this segment. So back to glamorous me now. Next we're going with shampoos and conditioners. If you've watched any of my other favourite product videos, or if you've been following me for a while, you know my love for the Naughty to the Rescue range. So this is the conditioner, but the shampoo and the conditioner both are just top marks. Like, I've been using them for years and years. I've gone through countless bottles of them. They stay in my shower. They are probably my all-time favourite shampoo and conditioner combination. They are lightweight, they smell pleasant, there's a little bit of protein in both of them, and my hair just loves them so much. And it says for dry and damaged hair. My hair is neither dry nor damaged, but my hair still adores them. So make of that what you will, but I absolutely love the shampoo and conditioner. It has my heart. Next is this, which as you can see is completely empty, almost went in the bin, and then I remembered I was doing this video, and that's the Umberto Giannini Banana Butter. This one is the shampoo, but again, the shampoo and the conditioner. I love them almost as much as I love the Naughty to the Rescue. They're quite similar, I suppose. They smell absolutely gorgeous. I'm not like a huge lover of fake banana smells, but these are so nice. And again, I think they have a little bit of protein like in the extracts. They're just excellent. They're moisturizing, but they're not overly heavy. They don't weigh my hair down. I just love them. And also Amika, who's 11, she uses them and loves them too. And they're also great on Elodie's hair, who's 5. So really good all-rounders, the shampoo and the conditioner. Now this one is coming in strong price-wise. It's the Aldi La Cura Volume Conditioner. Now this is a UK only, so sorry if you're not in the UK, but it's about 75p in Aldi. And again, this lives in my shower and has now for a couple of years. Since I discovered it, I've always had some in, and it's really, really good. I would say it's on a par with the To The Rescue conditioner. They're really quite similar. They work very similarly in my hair. It's just brilliant. I really, really love it. Absolutely highly recommended that if you have an Aldi, try this conditioner. Lastly, this is a new favourite. This is the K18 Peptide Prep Shampoo, and it's a clarifying shampoo. Now it's made to use before you use the K18 mask. I think because my hair's already pretty healthy, I didn't notice a huge difference from the K18 mask. I think it's amazing on damaged hair, and I've used it when I've done a few videos when I've done like my friends' hair for them. I've used it on them and I think it's worked wonders, but it just doesn't do that much for my hair because my hair is already healthy. But this shampoo is excellent. But it is a detox shampoo, clarifying. It's supposed to break down dirt, oils, metals, and anything from heavy product buildup. And at the minute, this one's in my shower, and this is the clarifying shampoo that I'm using sort of every few washes, and I really like it. Okay, so the next category is leave-ins and creams, and the first one is the Umberto Giannini Banana Butter leave-in, and it's a leave-in conditioning styling butter, and it really is so great because it is both of those things. It's a leave-in conditioner, but it also is like a curl cream. It's like a styling cream. It's absolutely brilliant, and it's very, very, very thick. Take you forever to get through this. I think I'm still in my first tub, although I've been using it for ages because I literally dip a finger in it and that is all I use for my whole hair. I just emulsify it well in my wet hands. It's just so good. And again, it's got that just absolutely gorgeous, very natural smelling banana smell. It's really, really nice. Highly, highly rated, this one. Next is another old favourite, which is the Naughty Wave Hello Taming Cream. Now this one I particularly like for using as a dry refresh. So between washes, if my hair just needs a little bit of extra help, just using this on like a little tiny bit on my dry fingers, smoothed over my hair, absolutely next level amazing. If you haven't tried it yet, try it please and let me know, because it's pretty much one of my sort of 2 or 3 go-to refresh methods. It's also amazing as a styler, and it is so good in Elodie's hair, my 5-year-old. Her hair is very fine, quite curly but very fine, and this just as a one and done styler, so good in her hair. Keeps it really moisturized and it doesn't get so tangled between washes. So good. Next, this is something that I've had for a long time. It's the Bounce Curl Clump and Define Cream. I've had it a long time, but I've only sort of recently gotten a real love for it. I think I was a bit scared of it. I thought it was probably a bit too heavy for my hair, and I was only using the tiniest bit, whereas recently I've discovered that I can use quite a bit more of it and then I can use less gel. In fact, even one time I just used the cream with no gel and I was blown away by the results. It's such a lovely styling cream. It is avocado and rose oil. It does have oils in it and butters, but I don't find it's heavy in my hair, but it gives the most amazing definition and shine. And I have friends who have wavy hair and they like it too. It seems to work really well over lots of different curl types. And last but not least, these two from Curlsmith. We've got the Weightless Air Dry Cream and the Featherlight Protein Cream. I love both of these and I feel like they're quite similar. This one's a leave-in and this one's a styling cream, but I feel like they're quite similar except that this one has the protein in it. And so depending on what other products I'm using or whether I feel my hair needs more or less protein, I'll pick one or the other. But they're both really lightweight. They both are just lovely leave-in conditioners and I wouldn't want to be without them. Now this has its own category. It's the Umberto Giannini Curl Jelly Refresh because it's specifically a refresh product and it's the only one that's my favorite. Like I said, I also use the Wave Hello Taming Cream as a refresh, so these are two of my favorite refreshes. But because this is just for refreshing, it's got its own category and it's like a lightweight gel spray. And this is my second bottle. As you can see, I'm way down it. I use it quite a lot. It's got one of LED sparkly stickers on, it's the right color. I tend to spray it on my hands and just smooth it over wet hair, dry hair, not wet hair. Although it probably would work well as a spray gel on wet hair, but that's for another experiment for another day. If my hair particularly needs quite a lot more refreshing, then I'll section it off and make sure to sort of saturate the sections in it more. But generally, if my hair doesn't need a huge amount, I'll just spray some in my hands, smooth it over, maybe finger coil any particularly frizzy or lacking definition pieces, and then just let it air dry, and it works wonders. Brilliant product. This was also in my last favorite products video a year and a half ago, as quite a lot of these were. If you go back and look, quite a lot of these are in both, so they're consistent favorites. Okay, so the one and only mousse that I have is the Umberto Giannini Curl Whip Mousse, which is pretty much empty. I think this is my second can of it. I really absolutely love this mousse. I've done quite a few videos using it. I find that I use a lot of mousse, a lot of this, but it gives me the most gorgeous clumps and like juicy clumps, great definition, and it lasts for like 3-4 days without needing anything doing to it. I just really love it as a single one and done styler. Yeah. What else can I say? It's absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be available in the US, although you can get Umberto Giannini, you don't seem to be able to get the mousse, and I don't know why, but that's unfortunate. But for my people in the UK, highly recommend this mousse. Now, this is the Curl Keeper Original, and yes, this is a giant bottle, and it's the original liquid styler. Can you hear that? It's proper liquid. It's very runny, and it's just an amazing product, and I think Curl Keeper is highly underrated in the curl community. I know they do have a presence, but I think it should be higher because I think they are just phenomenal products. And again, if you go back on my channel years, you will see that I've been banging on about these for years, and they are in every single one of my favorites videos. So these are the ones pretty much that if I am not filming my hair wash, but I want to have a really good wash day, this and its little friend, the gel, these two are the ones that I reach for. And there's just something about the results from them that are unlike anything else. I get the best clumps, the shiniest, the juiciest, the most long lasting, just spectacular. And then the gel is just called Gel, Curl Keeper again. They're really good in humidity. They really hold up well in humidity, which living in Scotland, we always have humidity. They work just brilliantly together. I absolutely love them. You can be really generous with the original styler, and then you don't have to use very much of the gel. It's a hard hold gel, and together they are just chef's kiss. Then Bounce Curl Light Cream Gel. I really do like this gel. It is very lightweight. It's quite proteiny, so if your hair likes protein, then it may very well like this gel. If your hair doesn't like protein or doesn't need much protein at the minute, then maybe this is not the one for you. Again, it's very runny. It is one of those gels that can cause that weird flash drying effect. So when you add it into your wet hair, it's almost like instantly your hair doesn't seem soaking wet anymore. It sort of makes your hair suck in all the water and product. But I don't find that a bad thing. Some people are like, oh no, it's flash drying, it caused flash drying. I quite like it when a product does that in my hair personally, and I usually find it relates to a good amount of hold and definition after your curls are dry. So don't worry if a product does that. Don't worry if a product does that to your hair. Just wait and see what the final results are like. And what you can do is, if you think it's really bad, you can just add more water to your hair as you're styling. But yeah, this one tends to do that for me, but in a good way, and I get great results with it. It's just a lovely gel, and it smells amazing too. The Giovanni LA Hold is another one that I have been using for years. I've never worked with the brand or had anything to do with them. I've just bought this myself a few times. I haven't actually reached for it probably in a few months. I've been tending to reach for my Curl Keeper or my Curl Smith. But it's just such a great gel, especially in humid conditions. It doesn't have glycerin in it, which means it doesn't wick too much moisture from the air into your hair. So I couldn't leave it out. It's just an excellent gel. And then lastly in this styling, we've got the Curl Smith Shine Jelly. Now, this one is just very similar to the Curl Smith Flexi Jelly, which in my last favourites video, that was the one I was raving about, and I still love that. The reason I haven't showed it is because this is like the Flexi Jelly, but better. So it's really similar, it's a very similar consistency. It works the same in my hair, it's just even better. Like, it really does make my hair shinier and seems to give my hair just a bit more definition than the Flexi Jelly. And this is the gel that I reached for when I did a few videos with friends recently where some of them I cut their hair, some I just like washed and styled it. And almost every time this is the gel that I've reached for, and it's worked on all of their hair really well. It's an absolutely excellent one. The last category is finishing products. And the first one is the Bounce Curl Hairspray. But this hairspray is not like obviously is not an aerosol. I think they might have actually updated it to an aerosol, but I haven't had that one yet. So this one is just in like a trigger spray, and it's quite a squirt, but I don't use it on dry hair because I find it too sticky. But on wet hair, this is next level awesome. It adds so much hold and frizz control and definition, and sometimes I use it halfway through. So if I'm diffusing my hair and it's like just not looking quite right, wetting my hands, doing the Smasters technique, wet hands, spray a few sprays of this onto my wet hands, rub them together, smooth it over, always fixes it without fail. It's so good, I wouldn't be without it. But recently, you may have heard, you may have seen the Curlsmith Flawless Finish Hairspray. Now this is more like a traditional hairspray, and it is in an aerosol, and it's just amazing. In fact, I'll show you. It smells so good as well. And can you see how that volume, just from me lifting my hair, has stayed? So this is how I usually use it on dry hair. Sort of lift the hair, spray it, and it stays put. And for even more volume, I'll tip my head upside down, spray it in, and it just holds, and I think it helps my wash day results last longer. It works amazing on updos. I will never be without this stuff in my life ever again. I didn't know I was missing a hairspray in my routine until Curlsmith sent me this, and it's become one of my all-time favorite things very quickly. So on the subject of sprays, this is the Living Proof Dry Shampoo, the Perfect Hair Day Advanced Clean Dry Shampoo. And I stopped using dry shampoos when I started the Curly Girl method back in 2016, 17. But then in the last year or so, I've thought, well, yes, and the reason that I stopped using them is because most of them have alcohol as one of the top ingredients. But quite often with products like this, the alcohol, by the time it's actually sprayed and on your hair, the alcohol has evaporated anyway, and it's not actually going to do your hair any damage. But if you're concerned, then just keep an eye out for noticing if your hair seems a bit drier, and if you think it's drier, then you can stop using it, you can deep condition. I've never noticed any trouble with it at all. It's a really nice dry shampoo, and actually gives a bit of volume and a bit of texture to my hair as well. Yeah, I was quite delighted. I got this in a PR box, not from Living Proof, but from another company that stocks various brands, and I was delighted because my other bottle had finished. So it is quite pricey, but it is the nicest dry shampoo I've ever tried. And the very last product is a serum, and it's naughty again. It's the Naughty Frizz Magic Serum. Now, I've had Naughty's serums in the past, and I loved them. I loved the To The Rescue one. There was a discontinued Shine one, which was amazing. But this one is the best one they've done yet. It is so good. And Naughty is such an inexpensive brand as well that, yeah, it's one that I will like shove in my handbag, and it's something I would take away with me if I'm going away anywhere. This, I always want to have this with me, because if my hair just is frizzy or, you know, lacking definition, this will bring it back. It's just a little pocket rocket. I absolutely love it. And that is all of the products. They're all piled up beside me here, can you see? Not very organized, but I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know what your favorite products are, because if I haven't tried them, then it gives me ideas of things to try and content to film. Check the description box for any discount codes I might have on some of those products, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.